the assist numbers are off the chart.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
And each year, Brunson seems to get better, and that's a testament to his impressive work ethic and drive.
Brown drives in, and Brown with the stuff.
So sick, the vertical ability.
That was flat out awesome. He has that effortless knack for getting to the hoop. Now here's Brunson. Three-pointer, Bridges. The basket is good. Off the assist from Brunson.
Look at that catch-and-shoot ability from Bridges. Not all forwards have that skill.
And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. And here's Brown for three. Good efficiency. He's drained 4 out of 5.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
Outside Anunoby. There's the three. Rebound by Jason Tatum. Boston leading by 7. Pass to Brown. Fires from deep. And again, Boston with the triple.
Wow, their opponent is doing a tremendous job spacing the floor.
Outside Anunoby. The 3-ball. The rebound by Jason Tatum. Tatum's got 4 rebounds in the game. And Brown with the stuff.
They've shown so much energy right from the start, particularly on the offensive end.
They came out swinging, really setting the tone on offense, and the opposition has not been able to respond.
New York again can't hit. Boston on offense. They're on a 16-5 run. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
Building a big advantage early with a terrific all-around performance.
They got off to such a hot start, and that can keep you energized throughout the whole game.
Now here's Bridges. No good on the 3. Doubled by Hart. It's stolen by Hart. Now here's Brunson. Pass to Bridges. 13 feet out. Rebound Boston. Tatum's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Brown with it. Hart covering. And the basket by Brown. Brown's got 18 points in the game.
Yeah, their defense is starting to wear down. That's 3 straight buckets at the rim.
And we'll have a timeout called by Tom Thibodeau. He wants to review the game plan.
And welcome to center court, Celtic Entertainment. Offensive fans back on the court is your quick squad. Get loud and open up shirt. We know you all want a t-shirt, everyone. Let me hear you get loud.
Going with almost an entire new group here. Cornette's checked in for Porzingis. Horford comes in for White. Hauser, he's checked in for Jaylen Brown. And Pritchard is subbed in for Drew Holiday. Tatum against Brunson to stop the run. The rebound, Celtics.
Oh, I can see some miscommunication on defense there very clearly. They were super fortunate it didn't torch them with that mistake.
Knocks down the triple.
You can't help but look toward their defense. They're totally lost.
Outside Brunson. McBride. New York again can't hit. Tatum. And it's Boston scoring again.
They're really dictating the tempo on both ends of the court. We love it.
And guys, to go on a big run, get some breathing space.
We're at the end of the first, and what a blowout already in this one. Boston out in front. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in a moment. And time for us to get back into it here in game one. And a very convincing performance from the Celtics so far.
You can really see the strategy coming in. Get the ball into the painted area.
And let me tell you, when you establish a physical edge, it gives you a mental edge too.
So here are the five for New York as they start the second. They've got Miles McBride. Mitchell Robinson is out there with Jalen Brunson. And it's Daje in at the power forward. Outside Tatum. Puts up a three. And again, Boston with the triple.
Backing up that last three with another three. The defense has to stop giving them so many clean looks.
Outside McBride. Back to Brunson. Lets it go from the wing. And it's Cornette with a rebound. Boston has gone 2 for 2 from the arc here in the second. Here's Pritchard. Can't get it to fall. And the Knicks shooting just 21% from the floor. And here's Brunson from the arc. Pure from three-point range. Brunson's got 7 points in the game.
You know, some threes look better than others, and Brunson's lefty stroke from three is a beautiful thing.
Here in the second quarter, a little over a minute of play. Out to the right wing. Let's go with a three. 2 shots, 2 makes. Off to a good start.
Yeah, Tatum read the floor and fed the best guy he could find.
Brunson surveys. Here's McBride. Yes, and a nice assist from Brunson. McBride's gotten himself going with a triple. His first basket of the game. Here's Pritchard. Tried to come right back with a three of his own, but it's no good. The Knicks have gone 2 of 4 here in the second quarter. Here's Kolek. Boston pulls it in. Here's Hauser. He's got 6. Pass to Cornette. Jacks up a 3. The kick to Tatum. Launches it. Sinks another one. He's on a roll, starting 4 for 4.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
And here's McBride from outside the arc. Shot no good. And here in the second quarter of action, just a hair under 2.5 minutes played. Here's Tatum. And finished off by Tatum.
Oh, this is how aggressive Tatum is.
Fucking him up.
Getting to the rim and a finish is light work.
Outside Brunson. New York, no good that time either.
Not his best efficiency this quarter. Look, sometimes that's how it goes.
Pass to Tatum. And the Celtics another 3.
I just love the ball movement.
3 minutes of action thus far in the second. Brunson against Tatum. They set the screen.
2 minutes.
Here's Kolek. They need this. It's tipped. It's going to be out of bounds. New York will have another go. Some changes for Boston. Kristaps Porzingis comes in for Cornette. And Holiday subbed in for Hauser.
I don't even know why you tried to shoot that for. I was right there. I'm just going to shoot that in.
Porzingis comes in for Cornette, and Holiday subbed in for Hauser.
I don't even know why you tried to shoot that for. I was right there. I'm just going to shoot that in. Porzingis comes in for that. And they step in for those who like type of sleep after.
We've got 1:55 left in the first half. And Porzingis with the block.
I don't understand why y'all keep trying to do that for.
Porzingis,
Second
must
time
be
he tried.
careful trying to shoot when he's lurking nearby.
4-3.
That was late.
Pritchard, no good. And here's Bridges. He'll bring it up for the New York Knicks. To the middle. And a big finish
Now you
by
get it.
Robinson.
And Bridges
Took y'all long
has a
enough, though.
nice all-around game, including knowing when to involve his teammates.
The Celtics have gotten 6 of 10 shots to drop in the second. Nice work. The shot by Holiday, no good. New York has gone 2 of 6 from distance here in the second quarter. Here's McBride.
And shooting.
Off target from three-point range.
You know, some people could say he's struggling on offense this period. I like to think of more of drowning. Just can't seem to find his confidence.
Tatum from long range. He buries it from 3. Tatum's got 19 points.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They should continue to ride the hot hand.
They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell. No matter what he's tried, it hasn't worked. Unfortunately, the team is suffering from that.
Here's Pritchard. Banked it in off the glass. Pritchard's got 5 points in the quarter.
Good execution. They're getting some short-range looks here.
To the paint. Horford with a steal.
shit.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. There's Tatum with the 3. The shot
Because it
no
was
good.
fucking early.
And for the Knicks, they're shooting just 24% on this one. Not great. For 3, Bridges. Yes. And a nice assist from Brunson. Brunson's got 3 assists tonight.
He is just so comfortable with that corner 3. You can't let Bridges find those.
Knocks down the long J. He's got 22.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for that defense.
And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. Boston out in front, delivering the blowout. Well, now we have some time to check in with Allie LaForce. Allie.
Well, Coach, this first half has been a struggle. What's been the problem?
Lack of intensity. We're back on our heels. They're attacking us. We're not getting much done.
Guys, they'll look to be the aggressor in the second half.
Thank you, Allie. Good stuff. We will be right back after this break for the beginning of the third quarter.
During your attention, the center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot drums. They're picking up the shot. All good. Let's hear it for our contestants.
Hey everybody, it's halftime of Game 1 and a big lead right now for the Boston Celtics.
How about the points in the paint? Clearly, they made it a priority coming in, and it's paying dividends, Ernie.
Yeah, I remember those days pounded inside. Break your opponent's spirit.
Easy now.
Looking at how the Celtics are doing in this series. Well, guys, safe to say they're in cruise control right now.
At this point, Ernie, all they got to do is keep the car on the road, man. Just don't go off to the left or right. Just keep on keeping on.
Don't let up. Keep your foot on the gas. Take this thing across the finish line.
Sure, I'm glad you were able to drive home. Those points. It's so good. Yeah,
See what you did with that one, Ernie.
It's unbelievable. It's a gift. And that's it for halftime. Thank you for joining us. We send you back to Brian Anderson for the start of the third quarter.
we're back with more action from the Eastern Conference Finals on 2K Sports. And you know, Jason Tatum, he's been really making it happen, guys.
Yeah, they've done an amazing job of creating room to operate for him. And then, of course, executing.
I like how they came into this one with the game plan, and they're just going out and executing it. Terrific job.
Tatum is the 4 with Porzingis at center. The perimeter pairing, it's White and Brown. And it's Holiday in at the point guard position. And that's the group for Joe Mazzulla as we begin the second half.
They've had a hard time shutting down the three-point shot.
Anunoby can't get it to go.
They've shown that power inside. Their rebounding effort has been sensational.
Here's Brown. Tatum finds Brown. That falls. Nice feed that time from Tatum.
Shots continue to fall. You can sense the frustration growing among these defenders.
Bridges, a screen on Holiday. Anunoby for 3. And no good. Boston has gone 2 for 2 from deep here in the third. The 11-footer. That one falls. Brown's got 26.
3 straight buckets to start the half. This is how they wanted to come out and execute.
Pass to Brunson. Outside Anunoby. It's Bridges on the wing to halt the run. He drops it from range.
Oh, come
Bridges
on.
has got his 3rd basket on the night right there.
This demonstrates how confident Bridges has become.
Wow.
Knows he has a green light to fire away.
Here's Brunson. Ooh, Brunson throws it down.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
We know
I have
mistakes
red hair,
lead to breaks.
and they're not going to
That's
catch up
just
anyway.
Textbook right there.
Nails it from beyond the arc. He has 29 now.
His shooting has been fantastic, and this team has leaned on him.
Here's Towns.
Bro, bull.
And
Quick
he's
call
going
a
to the
foul.
line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
And at nearly 7 feet tall, you don't expect Towns to
I
do
really
some
ass
things he
nigga.
does, like
Nigga
drain
like a
threes
fucking
and make
nerd,
savvy
bitch.
passes. But he's a modern big
I
man.
just mad that y'all losing horribly, so now you want to
First
just
free
sit and
throw's
call
good.
everything.
That misses, so he splits the free throws. The Celtics have gone 4 of 4 in this third quarter. Perfect so far. And here's Brown for 3. Karl Anthony Towns comes up with a rebound. The Knicks have gotten 2 of 4 shots to go since the break. Pass to Bridges. Here's Brunson outside. And the Knicks miss again.
Ooh, that's a tough break. After poor communication defensively, it leaves him all by himself.
Gets the 3 to fall.
He's been dominant all game long. Nobody on the court can stop him. And look, let's just say he knows it.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Oh, it's blocked by Porzingis.
Got to be careful shooting around Porzingis. His length is so capable of erasing shots.
Brown can't hit. New York has gone only 1 of 3 from deep here in the third. Launches a 3. Boston pulls it in. 1:56 left in the third quarter. Ooh, took him no time at all to get that one. Brown's got 35 in the game.
We've been watching him hold court out of the arc. Just an unforgettable performance tonight. Oh, man, he can't get anything to fall. You can feel his frustration.
Yeah, right now, he's just in his own head. Not much you can do to try and push through.
A dozen consecutive points off of threes. This defense looks rattled.
Mark from long range. Yes, and a nice assist from Brunson. Brunson's got 4 assists in the game.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
Yeah,
Fucking late.
Competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Up top, Anunoby, defended by Brown. Pass to Brunson.
still got stuck in the
Oh,
jump.
and makes it with the kiss. Brunson's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Brunson doesn't fear going in amongst the trees.
Hush it up now.
Remarkable poise there inside.
Talk about putting a team on the back. He has been dominant this quarter, and I don't think they are winning without him.
And an Obi for 3. The rebound by Jason Tatum. Tatum's got double-digit rebounds now in the game.
He hasn't even made 1 point at this quarter. Man, his team desperately needs him to get going.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Towns can't get it to go. Here are the Celtics with the ball. They're on a 15-6 run. Brown can't hit. And for New York, they're shooting just about 33% since the second half started. Brunson finds Bridges. Towns with the ball. Boston pulls it in. Porzingis has got 5 rebounds in the game. Tatum inside. And it's in! Oh! Nails the buzzer beater! Are you kidding?
Makes his selection just in time. Well done.
He didn't even look worried about the time on the clock. Nice way to end a quarter.
At the end of the third quarter, a huge lead. This one may have already been decided. It's the Celtics running away with it. And we take a listen in now to Tom Thibodeau on a recent huddle.
Keep the ball moving. Quick decisions. Get the ball from side to side. Set better screens. Defensively, we got to do a much better job. Let's get on the glass.
Urging his squad to be more decisive, especially on the defensive ends.
The Coach Thibodeau isn't pleased with his guys. It's clear he wants them to be more aggressive.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. On the floor for New York, we've got Mitchell Robinson. Miles McBride is out there with Jalen Brunson, and it's Dajier in at the 4.
The assist numbers certainly stand out. They've really emphasized ball movement here today.
Now here's Brunson. He's guarded closely. Screen by Robinson. Here's McBride. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. And so Horford will bring it up for Boston. Takes the 3. And again, Boston with the triple.
This is what it's been since halftime. Remarkable results from downtown.
In the modern NBA, you have to hit threes to win games, and they've made that adjustment since the break.
As to Kolek, fires the 3. Yes, and a nice assist from Brunson. Kolek's got himself on the board with a 3 there.
And the find by Brunson, more than capable of running the offense.
Here's Shireman. And again, Boston with the triple.
Now you have to extend that defense. I mean, you really have to stay connected to him at all times.
And the lack of defensive pressure on shots like that is a big reason they're down by double digit.
The Celtics have gone a perfect 3 for 3 here in the 4th. Pass to Cornette. And that one goes
fucking
out of bounds.
nigga.
Last touch by Robinson.
Yes.
And the Celtics making a change here. Walsh is checked in. New York making a switch here. New York on D. Pritchard hits a 3-pointer.
And their strategy is obvious. Manufacture looks from outside the arc.
With the way they're shooting, there's no need to look for any other shot. Just keep letting it rain.
Pass to Payne. Lets it go from deep. Out to Bridges. Here's the 3. Sends it home from 3-point land.
It's exciting to watch Bridges' growth. His offense continues to expand.
Here's Pritchard. And the Celtics have another 3.
This is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Bridges passes to Payne. And it's all from 3-point range.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
A nice shot by Walsh. Walsh has got his first 2 points.
Since half, there's been a stark contrast between these teams. I'm talking about efficiency at the offensive end.
We got like 12. We missed 12.
They've been intense on that end, and they can actually help their offense as well.
And the basket by Bridges.
And this is how he shines. He's a big part of their floor spaces.
Yeah, and you got to know where he is at all times, especially when he's roaming around the perimeter ready to fire.
Such an effective shooter. If you lose track of him defensively, he's going to make you pay.
Pass to Brunson. This one for three. Boston pulls it in. 1:43 left in the fourth. Here's Hauser. Yes! Great play by Horford to set him up. Horford's got 3 assists now in this one. Knicks shooting 33%. This hasn't been their quarter. Payne, the pass to McBride. From deep. And it's Cornette with a rebound. Cornette's got 5 rebounds in the game.
And they got to be happy with how they are starting off these conference finals. A tone-setting win for the Celtics.
In today's game, you need to shoot it well from 3. That was the difference maker.
Exactly. And the defense didn't rotate out quickly enough to disrupt their shooters.
And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for Jaylen Brown.
So impressed with his performance today. He was confident, he was composed, and the defense just didn't know how to adjust.
They get it back. No good with a layup. Here's Cornette, and he converts the layup.
Their home crowd has energized them all game. Now they're closing it out.
It's always nice to perform like this, especially in front of the faithful home crowd.
Pass to McBride. Bridges outside. Now Brunson. Lets the 3 fly.
That's why you had to pass it.
Unfortunately for them, they're still going to come up short. You wish they'd shown this kind of fight earlier.
Too little, too late. That final score will look way closer than how this game actually played out.
A nice shot by Walsh.
And guys, that's got to be the dagger. This is how you finish a game.
And it felt like they just flipped the switch to go on that run and seal the game, saving their best basketball for the end. Always smart.
They are blowing this one open.
Maybe the only question is how big will this lead grow?
Buries it from 3. Bridges with it. So we see the Celtics taking the W here. And they start out the postseason with a bang. A big-time victory.
The attitude they came out with was aggressive. They wanted to set the tone from the jump, and they did just that.
And so this one is in the books. We hope you enjoyed being with us for the Eastern Conference Finals.
Damn it, bro. I just clicked on something I even tried to. I don't have one? That's it. Oh, I turned my music off. Damn, I can't turn off the volume.
Dot 8 to the face. Dot.
Where the fuck am I? Oh, fuck it.
The presentation of the award ceremony.
Welcome, everybody, to the day we've all been looking forward to. The start of a new NBA season on 2K Sports. Along with Greg Anthony, Brett Berry, and our sideline reporter, David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Now, here's Brunson. So a look at our starters for the Knicks. Josh Hart out there with Towns. Then it's Jalen Brunson. Then it's Bridges. And it's Anunoby in at the 3. Well, Greg, Boston didn't just win the title. They won their 18th NBA championship in style.
No series went more than 5, going 16-3 in the postseason, Kevin. Half of those wins were by 15 or more. The Celtics really weren't even challenged during that title run.
And here's Holiday after OG Anunoby made that last three-pointer. Brown's shot is good.
So the DNA of Jaylen Brown. This guy competes. They're responding with a 3 of his own.
Boston has gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. Shoots the 3, and the Celtics hit again from deep.
It's so smooth when Brown is feeling it from deep. No hesitation.
Pass to Hart on the wing, Bridges. And the 3 off target.
They're 1 of 4 here to start, looking to get into a flow offensively.
And here's Brown outside. That one goes in for him, too, making it look easy. He's now 4 for 4.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, briefly spoke with Joe Mazzulla, and they're focused on limiting one of the best shooting bigs ever in Karl Anthony Towns. Now, Coach said earlier, Towns is a machine on the offensive end. Will try to make Cat into a passer and get the ball out of his hands. We'll see if they can accomplish that. Kevin?
You're down by that bad. You already crying. Suck it up. 12-3.
Free throw drops for Towns. And guys, hold on now. I'm getting word we have Shams Charania calling in. Shams, what do you have for us?
Thanks, guys. The Knicks went all in this summer, trading with their rivals, the Brooklyn Nets, for Mikal Bridges. In reuniting a core that won collegiate championships together, they hope to replicate that success at this level. And now with perhaps the league's top defensive wing tandem, they'll have a chance.
Big time move for sure. And Shams, we appreciate the report. And here's Brunson. After Jason Tatum getting his shot to go.
Bro, stop calling fucking fouls, you crybaby ass nigga.
Going from role player now to all-star. Hunter Rice. What's been the key for him?
I just think it's confidence, Kevin. I mean, simple confidence. I don't think there's
one point already. All you do is call fucking foul.
Not that he was the best player on the court, but that he was going to be the best leader. And that has translated into him producing some massive scoring and assist nights for any team that he's played on. This guy is a winner. If you're a basketball player, through your entire basketball life, you're going to hear coaches harp on you about free throws. It seems like Brunson has heard those messages loud and clear.
New York's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. New York, no good that time either.
And so far, the team just 1 of 5 in that rim shrinking.
Fires for 3, and the Celtics hit again from deep.
Out of their last 5 makes, how about all 5 from long range?
And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for the Knicks. Down by 15. Here's Towns. Rebound, Boston. It's Brown on the wing. He's guarded by Anunoby. Knocks down the three ball.
Yeah, they built up this lead 3 points at a time.
Well, a lot of importance placed on outside shooting, and tonight you can see why after that kind of quarter exploding from the perimeter.
Towns with the bucket.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line, and I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
Lets it fly.
Lucky I didn't get
Bridges misses.
Well, that's the only way to take him out of his comfort zone from that range. Get right up in the jersey, force him off the spot.
Connects from three-point range.
Their third three-pointer in a row.
1:15 left to play here in the first. Bridges outside. On the wing, Anunoby. Tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Celtics leading by 21. Tatum at the elbow. Lets the three fly. A three-pointer is right on target. Tatum's got 9.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Anunoby outside. And that time, also a missed shot. Anunoby's gone 1 of 3 on the night. And here's Tatum for 3.
Damn.
By Hart. 32 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Shooting foul.
Crybaby ass nigga.
He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Anunoby with great size at his position. He's
Just remove the off.
a wing that is not afraid of getting hit inside.
New York shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And at the line last season, about 78% as a team. Pretty solid numbers.
A different look for New York. Mitchell Robinson's checked in for Towns. Achua comes in for Josh Hart. And Miles McBride subbed in for Mikal Bridges.
A lot of appreciation about OG's game, right? A hard-nosed defender who can also get you buckets at times. He's always willing to outwork you.
Sinks the three-pointer.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Well, if there were 4 or 5 boxes to check in terms of the game plan tonight, they might have checked 6. I mean, they're doing everything out there.
Here's Hauser. And again, Boston with the triple.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
Like tonight, that all the hustle plays have meant so much to this team. Now just sustain some of that energy and keep comfortable.
And so it's Boston in complete command. Their lead at 28 points going into the break. The three-point shooting has come fast and furious to the tune of what has become a big-time blowout in progress. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for Boston.
They've looked to fire as much as possible from outside the arc, and so far they are hitting at a high clip.
So much good energy and flow tonight, and that has really come out of great ball movement. Guys have been open, and as soon as they are, they get the ball.
Here we are, Greg, in game 1 of the
You're going to take bro out. Is either going to take him out or you're going to take both of them.
From the rest of the season, the rest of the schedule?
Well, Kevin, it's the excitement of the unknown. Everybody comes in with the highest of expectations, right? You got new teammates, some new wrinkles, still a lot to figure out and shake out over the course of a long season.
Tatum in the front court alongside Horford. And it's Cornette in at the center. That's the Boston 5. And while we've got a moment, I'd send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Hey, Kevin, as always with Tom Thibodeau teams, they are level-headed. He said of his Knicks, we want guys to sacrifice and put the team first. But there has to be that belief. When your best players have it, your entire team ends up having it. We know if we stay disciplined, we'll have a chance to win. Kevin?
A very good chance, D.A. Thank you. Over to the left wing. McBride from outside off the mark. For Boston, they've got a nice 3 to start the second. And Brunson has it in the corner.
Get this shit.
There's the 3. The shot goes in. First of the night. He's 1 for 3 to start the game.
Totally in rhythm right now. The moment Brunson has the ball in his hands, right into that shot.
And talking about the Knicks, GA, do you feel they took a step forward last season?
I do. I mean, losing in 7 in the conference semis with all the injuries they had, that really kind of set them back. They ended that game 7 with the Pacers missing 4 of their starting 5. So, no doubt, expectations will be high.
And here's Tatum for 3. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 in the game.
Oh, great ball movement there.
And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for the Knicks. Next up will be a home game matched up against the Pacers. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home.
And they're hitting the long-range shots that they were missing in the first quarter, but still have ground to make up.
That bucket in no time at all. Tatum's got 9 points in the quarter.
Guys, he's been
I'm just going to get it. I'm about to be at 60.
Time and time again.
Kind of like he's in his living room right now. He's found a...
Man, I'm tired of these crybaby ass calls.
The defense knows they're in trouble.
Here's a chance now to check out the New York Knicks' upcoming schedule. On Friday, they'll head back home to host the Indiana Pacers. And then on Monday, they'll face off against Donovan Mitchell and the Cleveland Cavaliers.
And for their matchup with Detroit, that's one to mark on the schedule. It's their 5th game of the year, and we should start to see their lineups get sorted out.
Looking at who's out there now for the Knicks. Karl Anthony Towns checked in for Mitchell Robinson. Josh Hart comes in for Achua. And it's Bridges in for Miles McBride. Brown with the bucket.
He's played a huge role in this game to this point, but it looks like he just wants more. He wants to make sure that this lead holds up.
Bridges, no one around him. New York, no good that time either.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Here's the 3. Connects again from distance.
He's got this defense scrambling, and even when they've got 2 guys on him, he just finds a way to create space.
And he's making some team history. He just tied the franchise record for 3-pointers in a single game. Here's Hart. Pass to Towns.
Yeah, ready, bro. Because I'm like, come on,
Into
now.
Hart. Fires from deep. And again, it's the Knicks missing. Celtics have gotten on a roll and just kept going.
Damn, I was the wrong person. Lucky you made it.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're
I thought that was Tatum.
Ball movement has been flawless.
Runs in the pass to Towns. Hart with a screen on White. Towns for 3. Rebounded by Tatum. Tatum's got 6 rebounds.
I thought I hit triangle.
Launches a 3. Count that one as his 7th make in 8 attempts. A scorching 88%.
Yeah, and he made 3 3-pointers in the first quarter, and he just continued to pour them on here in the second.
Damn, I missed.
And the Knicks miss again.
All the energy is on the other side right now, and every miss.
Where are you? Where the fuck you go?
The other team is scorching hot, and they come down on this end and can't find a way to get the embers going.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Nice answer back there. Love to see the competitiveness.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take
Even you better
advantage
make
of
that.
distance.
A 3 of his own for Tatum.
You setting your ass all the way up. You better make that shot. You got 5 rebounds. He got 4.
And Hart has it in the corner. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good.
He got 4 assists.
Holiday looking for an opening. The 3 from
Still made it.
That is fun to watch. Lets it go at the very last second.
Oh, man, that's got to be frustrating for the defense, too. You just give up momentum like that at the end of the quarter.
And so it's Boston, able to put on a show for the ages. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Tibbs. Going against a high-powered offense like this, I know you have your work cut out for you at the defensive end.
Yeah, they're tough to guard. They put a lot of pressure on you. You can't make body position mistakes. We've got to make sure we try to make them work for the points.
We'll see if you can be more effective in the second half. Thanks. Back to you guys.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shot. Drum roll, please. They're measuring up the shot. Oh, you almost had it. One more time, a round of applause for our contestants.
And hello, everybody. What an amazing first half performance it's been for the Boston Celtics.
Their ability to string together threes and demoralize a team, man. We saw that in the first half.
Seems like the score couldn't be more lopsided, but we still have another half to go. Prove me wrong. And guys, let's take a moment to recognize the top performer for each squad thus far.
Brought their A games. This is what it means to try to put a team on your shoulders, Ernie.
What do you mean? I've been carrying you on this show for years.
That's not entirely true. I'd say maybe the first 2 years.
And that is it for halftime, folks. It is back to Kevin Harlan and the crew for the second half.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. It's been a clinic out there by Jaylen Brown.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure Coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for the Celtics. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Washington, and they'll face the Wizards. And that'll be the first of a 2-game road trip for them. Here's who Tom Thibodeau is starting the second half with. Jalen Brunson out there with Mikal Bridges. Then it's Josh Hart. Then there's Towns, and it's Anunoby in at the 3, the small forward. Over the course of a season, each team takes on a certain personality. Brent, do coaches try to shape that personality based? And again for 3.
He's now set the team record for most threes in a game. Unreal.
And a lot of it stems from his confidence. Even when he misses, he's sure, he's positive. The next one's going to go in.
And he can hurt you from there. The D must be up on Hart when he has the ball.
There's Brown with the 3. The three from Tatum. And again, Boston with the triple.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooting.
Outside, Towns.
Oh,
Good on the triple.
And even without that three-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
The three from Tatum. Good. Another from three.
And this parade of threes has no end in sight. He just keeps knocking them down.
Oh, and that latest triple ties him for second for the most threes in a game. What a monster he's been from deep.
And he's tied Curry's mark from 2016, which was the top spot for threes in a game for a short while. It's been that kind of takeover display that we've seen here tonight.
Count that one.
The defense has just been unable to slow him down. Wow, what a game.
The Knicks have gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker room at the break. On the wing, Bridges. And again, it's the Knicks missing.
And with him missing literally everything he's put up today, you can see why the score is what it is.
And Greg, we were talking Jaylen Brown making the 2023 All-NBA second team. That was big for him, wasn't it?
Yeah, Kevin, it made Jaylen eligible for the Supermax signing for that 5-year extension in July of 23. At the time, the largest contract in NBA history.
How about the response from Brunson, nailing 3 of his own?
Pass to Tatum. Takes a 3. Connects again from distance.
There it is. A shot that puts him at the top of the record book.
Well, Greg is now tied for the mark for most threes in a single game. In one word, amazing.
He passed Curry's high a little earlier, and now he's matched Clay's mark. Didn't think we'd see a show like this coming into tonight, but here we are.
The Knicks have gone 2 of 7 from the field in the third. That leaves room for improvements here. Anunoby in the corner. Offline with his 3.
Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one.
Brown outside. And again for 3. You can tell he is feeling it.
Kevin, he's on fire.
Bridges passes to Anunoby. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. The Celtics have gone 9 of 10 on their attempts in the third quarter. That is 90% from the field. What a roll they're on. Brown's shot is good.
This is why Brown is one of the very best in our game. He's so good at getting into the flow.
Pass to Hart. Bridges for 3. And the 3 ball is good. Bridges has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Brown outside. For the 3. Connects again from distance.
Unbelievable. Gets the record with a beautiful 3.
A new single-game record, GA, in a night that everyone will remember for the rest of their lives.
And Klay Thompson's mark of 14 is bested. What a shooting display.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here. Robinson's checked in for Josh Hart. Achua comes in for OG Anunoby. Miles McBride's checked in for Bridges. And it's Payne in for Jalen Brunson. 52 seconds left in the third. Outside Robinson. And stolen by Horford. And here's the break. Here's Hauser. A huge slam. The perfect end of the fast break.
Just a high IQ play there from Horford, showing off the all-around game. An underrated passer as well.
Achua in the corner. A three-pointer off the mark. And they are really racking up the assists in this one.
And their team chemistry is evident. These guys enjoy playing with one another.
He doesn't look satisfied with the lead right now. He wants more. And he looks like he's going to get it.
Over in the corner, McBride. Good, and the assist goes to Town. McBride's got 9.
He just takes advantage of the D in a way that very few players playing today can do.
Yet another bucket.
And he's up to 52 points.
Yeah, making a GA look all too easy right now.
You're not going to see that very often. The defense in the vicinity, but still, he's not one to blow layups.
Jaylen Brown has been leading the charge for Boston. They kept going. Welcome back, everyone, as we continue on a record-setting night.
And a three-point barrage, the likes of which we've never seen. This man is etching his name in the history books.
They've got Horford, and it's Pritchard in at the 1 spot. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. Here's Hauser. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement
Pussy.
to get guys open at the three-point line.
New York ball.
The Celtics making a switch here. Walsh is checked in. Payne, he's checked in for the Knicks. Here's Brunson. Puts it up off the inbound. Second chance shot.
Did you fuck, bro? Stop fouling, bro.
Officials on the call with the foul.
The defense trying everything on Mitchell Robinson. He stays cool, collected, collect foul shots.
Mitchell Robinson taking 2 shots.
Throw good, Robinson. We've seen the NBA feature several overseas games, Greg, the last couple years. Always growing the sport, aren't they?
And I know the fans love it. And nothing quite like seeing an NBA game in person and expanding that opportunity. Always a plus.
Celtics making a switch here. Peterson's checked in. Drills the three-pointer.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triples.
And again, it's the Knicks missing.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area. And he's the main reason they have the lead right now. He's been perfect from the field, literally.
Robinson sets a screen for Payne. And a miss there on the triple.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Hauser. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
Yeah, letting it rip. They're just having fun right now.
Yeah, some of these nights you got to enjoy yourself. Not too much at the expense of the other team, but right now this team is balling.
And here's Brunson outside. It's hauled in by Cornette. And here's Boston. They're on an 11-1 run. Here's Peterson. Cracks in the tray. Peterson's got his first 3 points of the game.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Coaching staff probably most proud of the effort of this team on both ends of the floor here tonight.
For Boston, they've got every shot they've taken so far in the fourth quarter to go in. That's 5 in a row to start the quarter. And the basket by Hauser. Hauser's got 15 points here in the second half.
Just how awesome is it to watch the best of the best start to dominate in a game?
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Great open look there.
Well, he now has 4 3-pointers this game, guys, 2 in each half. He's really spacing out the floor for his teammates.
Got that one up quick. Horford's got his first points of the game.
Knocked it down there. As his career has gone on, Al Horford has added more and more to his outside game.
Payne gets a wide open look. Off target with his 3. And here's Boston. They're on an 18-4 run right now. Peterson cans it from downtown. Peterson's got 6 points in the quarter.
Well, and this has been their strategy throughout the fourth period. We'll see how it pans out.
It's one thing to have teams shoot a bunch of threes, but with this team being that hot defensively, you got to chase them away from anywhere near that line.
McBride's shot is off. The Celtics have gotten all 8 of their shots in the fourth quarter to drop. Truly remarkable. Count that bucket.
At this point, I don't know what you can do to slow this team down.
Well, nothing that they're doing seems to be making an impact. And there are some nights where you just run out of options, whether it's by personnel or by tactic.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. You can safely say mission accomplished now for the Celtics.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this 4-game season series.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Jason Tatum.
He just looked like an orchestrator out there. His teammates kept running to the open spot, and he found them time and time again.
There's a screen by Achua. Payne passes to Achua. Can't hit from 12.
He may not be the strongest inside presence, but still, he's got to convert from there.
With the shot, and it's Boston with another.
Making every effort to put this game on ice.
You love that the guys are staying aggressive late in this ball game, just not wanting to let go of the rope.
Over in the corner, McBride. A shot's good on the assist by Brunson.
Excellent court vision from Brunson as he's able to find the open man.
Here's Peterson, and they come right back with their own three-pointer.
This arena was rocking throughout the night. You could really feel the energy.
A huge motivation, always great for a young team, but veteran players also appreciate when fans come with that kind of energy and get into the spirit of the game.
Driving inside. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly.
Game boy.
Well, I know they don't have mobile devices out there for texting, so they might as well talk to one another.
And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. It was a tale of two teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find. All right, David, thank you. That concludes the first game.
That was just the first game. That was just the first game. Who gave me here? Hold on. for the Celtics. We going all the way.
Hi, and thanks for joining us on 2K Sports NBA action. It's coming up. We'll watch the Washington Wizards as they go up against the Boston Celtics. Alongside Hall of Famer Grant Hill and Coach Stan Van Gundy, this is Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce joins us from the sideline. And now a look at the upcoming schedule for the Boston Celtics. On Saturday, they continue the road trip, heading out to Detroit to take on the Pistons. Then on Monday, they'll be matching up with Damian Lillard and the Milwaukee Bucks.
The road is never the highlight of your schedule for any team. But for these guys, it is a chance to go out there, test themselves, and see how well they gel outside of home court. It could be a very valuable experience.
Looking at the starting five for Boston. Holiday at the 1 with White at the 2. The core of this team, Brown and Tatum in the front court. And it's Porzingis in at the 5. And for Washington, Marcus Smart out there with Jordan Poole. Then there's George, then there's Sarr, and it's Middleton in at the 3 slot. So the Wizards will get the first possession. And already, Coach, some teams have found their rhythm, while some others seem to be way off to start.
Well, Brian, that can be for a lot of different reasons. Maybe you've changed your system from the year before. Maybe you've changed your roster significantly. Maybe you have some guys who didn't come in as ready as
You think you're doing something
due to conditioning or injury. Every situation, every team has a different set of challenges.
Now here's Poole. Holiday
still
grabs the
good.
miss.
You'll see.
Outside, Brown. Fires the 3. And again, Boston with the triple.
This shot used to be a question mark for Brown coming into the league. Now you got to guard him from deep.
George for 3. Boston with a rebound.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
And here's Brown for 3. Gets the 3 ball to go. Brown's got 9.
Well, you know, when Brown's hitting the 3, it really opens up this offense.
And you look at Jaylen Brown, Graham. Not many wings have the strength he has.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown could dunk over a brick wall. And he could dunk through a brick wall, too. It's just so hard to move him off his path when he's on his way to the rim.
Here's Brown. After the basket by Washington. Fires in the triple.
The defense is nowhere to be found guarding the three-point shot.
The Wizards have gone just 2 for 4 from the floor. Smart for 3. Tatum pulls it in.
Defensive breakdown there, and they got lucky. He's not going to miss too many of those.
Brown gets the bucket.
They're not wasting any time putting their stamp on this game. What a start.
Yeah, but you can't let up at all. They've got a chance to put this game away early, and they should take it.
Now here's Brown. Coming off a terrific game against New York.
All 5 of the last buckets they've given up have been from downtown.
Poole, the pass to George. Smart for 3. Sinks it from distance.
Well, this is how competitive Smart is. You drain a 3 on him, he's coming for revenge.
There's Tatum with the 3. And again, Boston with the triple.
A dozen consecutive points off of threes. This defense looks rattled.
Poole, the pass to Middleton. Poole against Holiday. Inside. Here's Sarr.
You're not even going to call a foul for that?
Well, look, if you want to shoot over Porzingis, you got to create more space than that.
Oh, wasted no time on that one. Brown's got 21.
This game's taken on a whole new look thanks to this run.
Yeah, but we know momentum can flip the other direction very quickly. You can't get complacent now.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian, a key concept preached by Celtics head coach Joe Mazzulla and reiterated by Jaylen Brown, who says it's reading the game, realizing fast, but playing slow. We're the more talented team, he said. We have to be the smarter team as well. If we do that, we're going to be tough to beat, Brian.
Well, they certainly have been, Allie. Thanks for that. a change here. Koulibaly's checked in. Horford, he's checked in for Boston. There's 1:54 left in the first quarter here. Pass to Middleton. The three is up. And again, Washington, no good. And so it's Brown with it. He brings it up for the Celtics.
Bro, how you gonna leave Brown in but not fucking Tatum?
And they got into a consistent offensive flow, largely because the defense they were facing was poor.
Yeah, but even against weak defense, your execution still matters. Luckily, they were able to take advantage.
White with a steal. Now the Celtics on the move. From downtown. And again, Boston with the triple.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Washington's gone just 2 for 6 from the arc here in the first. Smart passes to Middleton.
Bro.
Washington again can't hit. Boston leading by 22. White on the wing. Three-pointer. And a great assist by Brown as that one goes in.
And they've got the D reeling. A full three-point attack right off the tip.
Pass to Koulibaly. There's 42 seconds left in the first quarter. Smart outside. Can they get it? Washington again can't hit.
Well, he continues to make the effort, but the results just aren't there this quarter.
White for 3. 2 shots, 2 makes. Off to a good start.
You can't help but look toward their defense. They're totally lost.
Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
They have really been in control of this one.
You don't want to get complacent here.
That was way too far back.
Brown, no good.
I know that he has the ability and confidence to sink that
I didn't know where the
shot.
fuck I was. That was a miscalculation.
One of those heat check shots. And
I was really tweaking.
For bad shot.
And here's Brown for 3. And
Bitch.
again for 3. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable, B.A. Unbelievable.
And that's it for the first quarter in what has been a very lopsided game. It's the Celtics opening up a huge gap. Don't go away. We'll be back. Great to have you with us. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And a very convincing performance from the Celtics so far.
Well, they've really been racking up three-pointers in bunches. They've been so impressive to watch.
And with each made 3, their confidence continues to build. Their opposite.
Wait. Shouldn't have. Where's my backup paper? Where's my backup paper? Backup paper. Backup paper.
Position might want to change their approach to try to slow them down.
Stan, you look at the Celtics, as high-powered as they come.
Oh, now you took Brown out, bitch.
Brian, they can space the floor at every position, and any one of their starters is able to give you 20.
How are you still at 11, bro?
Taking a look at the Celtics.
It's second
Tatum and
quarter.
Horford, the duo at forward. Then there's Peyton Pritchard. Then there's Luke Cornett. And it's Hauser in a 2-guard. Here's Brogdon. And Pritchard pulls it down. On the wing, Tatum. Beyond the arc. And again, Boston with the triple.
Yeah, that's his second made 3 of the quarter. 3rd of the game so far.
Kispert with the ball. Pass to George. Let's go with a 3. And it's Cornett with a rebound. Boston's gone 2 for 2 from the arc here in the second.
Yeah, what? Yeah, you better go in.
Hauser's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Now here's Holmes. George left side to end the run. Sinks that one after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3.
Don't matter though.
Exchanging buckets
still
from
down.
downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
Kispert outside. The 3 is up.
Yeah.
Boston pulls it in. After this game, they can look forward to Detroit, where they will match up against the Pistons. That'll be the second of 2 games on the road. And yep, it's good. Hauser's got 5 points now this quarter.
They're simply not missing. Unreal.
Well, as a coach, this is when you enjoy what you're watching. Your team playing well and everything just flowing.
Here's Koulibaly. No good on the triple. Boston on offense. They're on a 14-3 run. Well, we have a chance to hear from Shams Charania. He's calling in right now. Shams, great to have you on, bud.
Thanks.
Really
Many consider this summer to be the most challenging field in the history of international basketball. Nevertheless, Team USA got it done in Paris. It's not getting any easier, but the star power of the U.S. men's team shined bright in the City of Lights. Guys, a classic ending for a stacked U.S. roster.
What a performance. Shams Charania with the report. Thanks, Shams. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Brian, last season, Jason Tatum surpassed 10,000 career points. He said, it sounds crazy. I always think about when I was a kid growing up with my mom and saying I wanted to be in the NBA. I may have thought I would be one of the best players.
It wouldn't matter either way. Y'all still ain't doing shit.
Brian, he's being honest.
It's 58-17.
Thank you. Pass to Tatum from outside the arc. Counted from distance. Tatum's got 15 points.
He's putting on a show this quarter, and the team's feeding off his energy.
Outside Brogdon. Koulibaly with it.
Damn.
Horford pulls it in. A minute 29 left to play in the second quarter. Coach closing in on 2 decades in the league. Al Horford continues to put in the work.
Well, Brian, that's what it takes to make sure your body is able to compete against players half your age. He's never shied away from doing all the little things.
Kispert outside. The 3. And it's Cornette with a rebound.
Defense dodged a bullet that time. Total breakdown.
Pass to Tatum. Here's the 3. And the Celtics another 3.
Hard to win games when you allow clean looks from the perimeter.
And for the Wizards, they're shooting a very low 27% so far in this one. Can they get it? And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
First personal foul.
And Grant, when you play the Wizards, you better be ready to run.
BA, they like to speed you up.
Still not matter because y'all still losing. It's just damn near now getting to 20. Yeah, I'm at 66.
And the Celtics making a change here. Kristaps Porzingis, he's checked in for Cornette. Jaylen Brown comes in for Horford. Derek White's checked in for Hauser. And Drew Holiday is subbed in.
That was far as fuck. Why?
Out of bounds. It'll be Washington's ball.
And of course, he was the last one to touch it.
Now, into the lineup for your Wizards. Number 20, Alexander Sarge.
That makes 2 misses now.
And here's Poole. 30 seconds left to play in the half. And another miss by Washington.
We back Brown,
and
bro.
They've been moving the ball really well tonight.
Oh, you are back.
Good things come to those who take good shots.
Drills it from deep.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
Middleton from the outside hits the trifecta. Middleton's got 5 points.
That'll hype his guys up.
Rotate him
Middleton
though.
right back with one of his own.
On the wing, Tatum. The 3 is up. Good. And Brown gets the assist.
3-point field.
Brown's got 3 assists tonight.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. Boston out in front, running away with this one. And we'll see you back here after the break. Third quarter action in just a bit.
Thanks for tuning in. Did you miss us? Before we discuss the game at hand, let's first check out the upcoming schedule.
0-1, 0-1, 0-1,
Well,
1-0.
right now for Washington, like most teams right now, they're optimistic. We'll see how they handle the first couple of games.
Yeah, everyone starts out undefeated. It is a hopeful time of year for everybody. And now let's turn to the first half of our game. It's been all about Jaylen Brown so far.
Jaylen Brown is showing his value on.
Thanks for tuning in. Now we head back to Brian Anderson for the start of the third quarter.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Jaylen Brown having a dominant impact in this game.
Can they come up with an answer for him coming out of the half? They have to change something defensively.
Yeah, I'd love to see what they drew up in the locker room, because you're right. He's the problem right now.
They've got Chris Middleton, George out there with Sarr. Then there's Marcus Smart, and it's Poole in at the 1. That's the group starting the second half for Brian Keefe. It's Brown on the wing, guarded by Poole. Outside Holiday, back to Brown, launches a 3, connects again from distance. Man, he's really launching them from outside the arc.
Man, so locked in, feeling confident in his three-point shot tonight.
Middleton outside, and he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Poole against Brown. Tatum way outside. And again, Boston with the triple.
Back-to-back threes, making their defense work on the perimeter a bit.
Poole, the pass to George. And there's a pick. Here's Middleton. The kick out to Poole to stop the run. Nails it from 3. Poole's got 6 points.
Anything you can do, I can do better. That one felt a little personal right there.
Well, and as a fan of the game, you have to love these back and forth moments.
Very consistent tonight in the offensive end. Right there, he helps fuel the fire.
Not a great start to the second half, just 1 for 4. Got to find ways to generate better looks here.
Here's Tatum. Oh, Tatum slams it home.
Credit them for making the right halftime adjustments.
Well, sometimes you just make shots, but they've certainly come out on a tear here in the third quarter.
Pass to Sarr. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. And that one's good. Middleton.
Yeah, as good as anyone on the catch and shoot. Middleton deposits another J.
And so it's Brown with it. He brings it up for Boston. Grant, you talk about NBA length. Alex Sarr has it in spades.
So many young bigs we're seeing these days. He combines that length with some guard skills as well. And that's a very intriguing package.
Poole, the pass to Sarr. Now Middleton from behind the arc. Holiday grabs the miss. Pass to Tatum for 3. And a great assist by Brown as that one goes in. Brown's got 8 assists in the game. For Washington, they've got just 2 of 6 in the second half. Here's Sarr. George for 3. Porzingis grabs the board. Porzingis has got his 5th rebound in this one.
Hey, the struggle is real. He hasn't found much success with his offense today.
Well, he's had a night. This team feeds off of his energy, and every time they've needed a bucket, he's delivered.
Smart for 3. Boston pulls it in. Tatum's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Brown looking around. Good! Another from 3.
Another three for him. I'm not sure I've seen a better three-point shooting night.
Well, he's just pouring it on, and he's tied for the 5th most triples ever in a single game. The Wizards with another miss.
The other team just looks more in sync and is riding
You
the
still
momentum.
miss.
Their body language does not look good right now. They're deflated and
And again for 3.
The parade of threes has no end in sight. He just keeps knocking them down.
And that latest triple ties him for 2nd for most threes in a game. What a monster performance from deep it's been.
Well, he's going back to the arc. He might be building some momentum from range here in the
They're
second
still down
half.
by 90, so what even matters?
Connects again from distance.
He's been on the money from deep.
Definitely looking to shoot as much as possible. Poole outside. Three-pointer is up. Middleton. Holiday grabs the miss. Brown against George. Here's Tatum. The shot. Outside Holiday. Pass to Tatum. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Holiday. Tatum's got 45 points.
Well, he's been in total control offensively, and the defense has had no answers.
Now here's Middleton. The 3-ball. And the 3-pointer goes. Middleton's got 9 points here in the second half.
I'll tell you what, I mean, it feels like Middleton can shoot from anywhere, but he's especially deadly from the corner.
Good. Another from 3.
Oh, my. He is scorching hot. Another 3.
And he's approaching the franchise record for threes in a game. Here's Sarr. And so it's Boston showing no mercy and just piling it on. Looking dominant and focused right now. It hasn't... And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
Now, I know he's a big man, but he's got some point guard in him if he's making passes like this.
Yeah, well, this is the diversification of positions in this league. Everyone does everything now.
Well, there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the 4th quarter, but stranger things have happened. Well, Stan, every franchise has their guy. What kind of things do you want your franchise player to exhibit?
Well, Brian, here's what people have to understand. The culture of your team is determined by your best player. If you want a hardworking, unselfish, competitive team, that best player, that franchise guy, has to embody those things.
And a look at the 5 for the Celtics to start the 4th quarter. They've got Peyton Pritchard, Luke Cornett out there with Al Horford, and it's Hauser in at small forward.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
And the Celtics in possession here. Pass to Shireman. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window.
Well, you know, it's already tough to play like this at home, but it's even tougher to do so on the road.
It sure is. They've certainly accepted the challenge. The trick now is to sustain this effort.
And here's Kispert from the arc. Basket is good on the assist from Brogdon.
The all-around game of Brogdon. I mean, he's all for doing what's best for the team. A selfless passer.
Hauser again gets it to go. He can't miss. 5 for 5.
They've now had assists on each of their last 3 buckets.
Kispert outside. Here's Bay, and he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2. Well, it was a tough season for the Washington Wizards, Grant. A franchise-low 15 wins.
You know, B.A., it started with trading away their star, Bradley Beal, before the season. But I like their new direction, prioritizing the future and developing talent.
So Washington going with an almost entire new group here. Sarr's checked in for Gill. George comes in for Coulibaly. Smart's checked in for Kispert. And it's Jordan Poole in for Malcolm Brogdon. The Celtics also with a sub. Walsh is checked in. And the Celtics far and away the best record in the NBA last season, Grant.
Well, they rode that momentum into the playoffs, capturing the franchise's 18th championship, passing the Lakers for the most of any team in the association.
Dare I say, he's had a perfect game. Incredible. No misses thus far, a major reason they lead.
George, no good. The Celtics have gotten off to a perfect 5 for 5 so far in the fourth. Pass to Pritchard, fires the three, and again Boston with the triple.
Here in the second half, they're really focused on stretching the floor.
Yeah, and where has the defense been? They've been content to let them fire away. They've got to.
Nigga, that was out of bounds.
All right, Grant, do you feel the non-superstars are making the money they should?
Well, BA, it's a topic in every CBA negotiation, but I think we're trending in the right direction. But it seems like there's always more work to be done.
Chris Middleton's checked in for Washington. Craig is checked in for Boston. Peterson comes in for Walsh. Gets the three to fall. Peterson's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three.
Coming down the stretch, they've leaned on the perimeter game.
Well, if you're looking to get points in a hurry as the game clock's running down, that's certainly the way to do it.
The Wizards with another miss.
Tried to come right back at him with the three. Not that time.
Remaining in the fourth quarter, 2 minutes.
Right wing. Here's Hauser. And again, Boston with the triple.
He's been so aggressive on offense. And with the results, you understand why.
Well, yeah, and the defense is going to have to respond to that and chase him off the arc.
Smart passes to Middleton. Back to Smart. Will it go? Drills it from deep.
Well, working without the ball. Smart can play the one. He can also shift over and be a catch-and-shoot guy.
Pass to Peterson. A little over 3.5 minutes in the books now in this fourth quarter. That one goes in. Peterson's got 5 points in the quarter.
And what a complete performance we saw from them. A dominant win in every way for the Celtics.
When you look at their assist totals, you can see why it was easier for them to score. The ball was really popping tonight.
And good things seem to happen when you're patient and willing to make the next pass. Their offense has flowed really well.
And this one concludes with their second victory of the year.
And having this win on the books might give them a little mental advantage the next 2 times these squads meet.
And one player just stole the show tonight, doing everything for his team. A monster night for Jason Tatum.
Well, that work he's shown on the glass has been spectacular. You love to see that as a coach.
Peterson, again Boston.
That's an inspired ball club. They fought hard, and during the most important moments, they made big plays.
Yeah, they saved their best basketball for this home stretch, and they certainly earned this win.
Here's Hauser. And again, Boston with the triple.
Yeah, they blocked out the noise, blocked out the distractions, kept
on
on grinding,
I
and this
I
is their
shouldn't even
reward.
win
It
it
is always
at
a
all.
special feeling winning on the road. The degree of difficulty adding to that sense of accomplishment.
Bitch, give me that pussy ass nigga. What you thought you was about to do?
From the arc. And again, Boston with the triple.
And it hasn't just been their stellar offense. Their defense has been effective as well.
Great example of how to build a lead and then sustain it. You win games on both ends of the floor.
And the ball out of play.
Bitch.
The Wizards will have it.
And the misconnection there. Fans guarding their beverages. That's a pass he'd like back for sure.
So we see the Celtics taking the W here. A statement road victory. So impressive.
Statement indeed, BA. It was in enemy territory, but they controlled the game and took the crowd completely out of it. That's how you win on the road.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Stan Van Gundy, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, I'm Brian Anderson, thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. And now, time for our player of the game, Jason Tatum.
Well, we know it's been tough to win in Detroit for the Pistons. They've changed coaches again. Just 2 playoff appearances, Shams, in the last 15 years for this very proud and historic franchise. But there is, I feel, as you look at that franchise, hope. Do you see it as well?
No question, and it really starts with Cade Cunningham. I'm told the Pistons organization has all the confidence in the world in Cunningham. First pick in the draft in 2021. He averaged 23 points, 8 assists per game, 6'6" point guard. Cunningham is someone the Pistons brass is very confident can be a franchise player, and he is their cornerstone moving forward.
He is a good starting point, I would agree. And now the opening lineup for Boston. The Post pair. Tatum and Porzingis. White in at shooting guard, with Brown playing small forward. And it's Holiday in at the point guard position.
This guy can do so much for you on the offensive end, and that is why his number gets called time and time again.
Cunningham passes to Ivey. That's in, coming off the assist from Cunningham. Hey, Shams, I know you cover the league like no one else, but I've seen your jump shot. You have a sweet J. You must have played organized ball, I'm assuming.
I played a little bit in high school, Kevin, but once I got cut in high school, that's when I knew my career path would have to trend into what I'm doing now, into writing and covering the NBA. But listen, I have a lot of confidence in my jump shot, watching players like Steph Curry shoot the basketball. I'm not trying to give any comparisons, but I do love to shoot the ball. That is the one thing I know I can do decently.
I know. I love your answer.
Not much else, but I can shoot.
That free throw missing. And he's good on the second. Well, the latest CBA introducing the second apron, limiting, Shams, what teams above the cap can do. How does that new rule affect teams?
Decision makers tell me that they're very much keeping an eye on the second apron, not only of their team, but others, and teams that will have to shed salary because of the second apron and the amount of big contracts we're going to see teams give to players. You're going to see it at the top, but that may dwindle in the middle of their roster. But we will see a more competitive league because of these new CBA changes, and less of a chance of super teams and just more parity and dispersed talent.
Do you constantly read over some of these CBA agreements? I would assume that you do, to have a full understanding of terms like the apron, like we just talked about, or all the other things, the luxury tax, all the things that make deals possible.
It's one thing to have luxury tax, it's a whole other animal now to have the second apron, and that certainly for teams that are deep in the second apron, that limits their ability to go make major trades, to be able to sign players for more than the minimum, and we're seeing that happen to at least 1 or 2 teams around the league right now. So how will that impact things? But certainly the CBA being 50, 60, 70 pages, that's something you pour through before every calendar year.
It is just fascinating. Al Horford's checked in for Boston, and Harris drops them both. Well, we talked about expansion. That has been floated around. We know that teams would have to realign. Shams, any ideas on which teams might have to shift with expansion in the East or West?
Certainly, most of the potential expansion cities, the high-level ones, have been noted as teams in the West. Maybe you have a team out east that is in the West moving into the Eastern Conference. But the league could obviously surprise everyone with a different solution. Maybe having one expansion team be an Eastern Conference team, one being a West. There's several options that Adam Silver and the NBA have.
I would think New Orleans would be one of those teams, right? Just where they are geographically. Memphis. Those 2 teams are in the West, and I could see them maybe going east. Possible?
Certainly Minnesota and Memphis. Those are 2 teams that, to me, have an Eastern Conference feel.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, well, like a lockdown corner in football, teams just try to keep the ball away from Jrue Holiday. He says, I feel like they're not afraid of me, but like, okay, get him off the ball. To me, that's respect. I don't need other people telling me how good I am. You can see it by their actions. Kevin?
So true. He can't be intimidating, David, and we thank you for that report. And Charms, I've always wondered, watching you, reading you, when did you first fall in love with the NBA? And when did you decide to cover it?
Really, when I was around 10, 11 years old, I grew up in Chicago right as the Bulls dynasty was starting. I wasn't quite old enough, but I was old enough to see some of those scrappy Bulls teams in the mid-2000s. And basketball was always a part of the national discourse, but also part of my life playing it, and then now being someone that's able to inform the audience and the public.
You know what? I'm looking up and down this table. I think we all feel the exact same way. The shot by Ivy, no good.
Let's give some credit to the defense for how they're going. Guarding this guy right now because they're refusing to let him get comfortable.
That one drops for him. Brown's got 20 points.
What an aggressive mindset in this period. He's starting to take over.
Cunningham finds Ivy. On the wing, Thompson. Guarded by Porzingis. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Off target from three-point range. Celtics leading by 19. And here's Brown outside, and the Celtics hit again from deep.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Now here's Cunningham. His last outing with 20 points. Detroit, no good that time either.
Well, it isn't for a lack of effort when it comes to getting up the three-pointers, but not much to show for it. He's going to lose the green light here very early in this game if this keeps up. I'll tell you, it's one thing to do this at home.